What's going on, Geek Pit? Welcome to another episode of Geek's Top 10. I'm your host, the Metal Geek, right now. But tonight's episode, we're going to be doing Geek's Top 10 DC villains. That's right. No Marvel villains right now. No Marvel heroes. No DC heroes. It's just straight up villains. And we're doing Geek's Top 10 right now. So great to be back again. I believe this is my third episode back. Super pumped. And I just can't wait. And this is the first guest I'm going to have ever on Geek's Top 10 right now. So let's give a Geek's Top 10. Welcome back to our guest right now, Mr. Tom Clark.
What's up, man? Thanks for having me, brother. I appreciate you.
What's going on, Tom? How's it going? It's been a while, man. It's been such a while.
I'm doing good. I got Green Lantern trying to take me out back here. Either that or he's protecting me from the villains. We'll go with that. How about that?
That sounds like a plan. Or can it be Dr. Doom back there? No, he's not DC, right?
He's not DC. See there? Yeah.
I said it right there on my own show that we're going to do no Marvel villains. We're only doing DC villains, right?
I'm staying on brand. I'm trying to stay on brand for you, brother. So
I got you. So right now we're going to do Geek's Top 10. Do you want to start off our list or because our number 10? But first, how have you been, Tom? How's the podcast going and everything?
I've been doing well, man. I'm still working with Boink Studios. That's my production company, and we've got 6 shows right now. We go 6 days a week publishing content, and we're on the YouTube at Boink Studios and also on boinkstudios.com. Brand new shows pretty much Monday through Saturday. One of the 6 is now being retooled, going to be reworked into a different format, but you have a lot of content, man, still going strong. No paywall content since 2014. We stay busy for sure.
No paywall right there. Because, the thing is, though, I feel the paywall right there, that's what got Facebook so popular to begin with. There was no paywall because people kept joining and joining and joining. You know what I mean? So it's like Mark Zuckerberg said, you want to keep this party going. You don't want to end it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't fault for creators being behind a paywall. I mean, this stuff costs money, kids, in case you don't know. It costs money to do this. So trying to recoup some of that cash, I can totally understand. And one of these days, maybe some of our stuff will be behind a paywall. But for right now, we're free and clear.
It's good. And I appreciate you keeping the content free as well. So
I hear you.
All right. So you want to start off our number 10 on Geek's Top 10 right now?
Sure. I've got a couple of honorable mentions, but I can save them till the end, so that's no worries. So my number 10, I've got Cheetah. And to me, Cheetah, she kind of represents the dark mirror of Wonder Woman's power. She's like the complete opposite of Wonder Woman. Like if Wonder Woman went heel in pro wrestling speak, maybe she would be Cheetah. It's kind of like holding the mirror up. I mean, the number of battles she's had with Wonder Woman, she's played roles in major Wonder Woman story arcs through the years. And when I think Wonder Woman's top villain, I rarely think of anybody else but Cheetah. And I think that goes to how the character's been written over the years, how it's been drawn, and how she's been portrayed. Not crazy about that Wonder Woman film, if I'm being honest with you, but I'm not crazy about a lot of DC films from that time. Kristen Wiig did as much as she could, but for me, that wasn't a great portrayal. But for me, number 10 is Cheetah, at least the comic book version for sure.
I think, in my personal opinion, I think Kristen Wiig killed it as Cheetah, but I felt the movie was absolute trash.
I agree with that.
I think that was probably the best part of Wonder Woman 84 was Cheetah, but we didn't get that much of her. We got her at the end.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
So yeah. Number 10 on your list is Cheetah. And my number 10 has got to be what killed the dinosaurs? What killed the dinosaurs, Tom?
Asteroid and meteorites?
The Ice Age.
Ice Age.
That number 10 is Mr. Freeze. I always loved Mr. Freeze in the comic books. He's such a cool character. I mean, that Batman and Robin movie wasn't great, but Arnold did his probably best. I felt Mr. Freeze has got to be one of my top 10 on my number 10 on my list on top 10 DC villains.
Well, I mean, I think the best portrayal of that character by far is Batman the Animated Series. I don't think it gets any better than that. Fantastic.
Yeah, I even love Batman Beyond. I thought Batman Beyond was great too.
Batman Beyond was fantastic. Yeah, but you're right. That Arnold, there's a lot of great lines from that movie because they're so bad. And that movie's so bad, kids.
I was going to say, you just review it one day.
Man,
and rip it.
Yeah, we usually don't review stuff just to hate on it because I don't tend to hate cast too much. But buddy, I could have a field day with that one because it's not a good movie. So
nah, Batman number 10. That was Mr. Freeze is number 10 on my list. So we're going to go with number 9. Who do you got, Tom?
Number 9, I've got Amanda Waller, and I think she's important. And I kind of went my top 10 based on maybe not level of effectiveness, but level of just how good they are at what they do. I mean, Amanda Waller is like extremely dangerous villain because she has the law behind her. She hides behind the government, which, we can make some commentary about that right now, but we won't. She hides behind the government and they play her off to people. Suicide Squad's anti-heroes. Stop. She's putting things in people's heads to make their head explode if they don't do what she says. That's a villain to me. Yeah. So I think that makes her dangerous, and I think it makes her unpredictable, and you absolutely can't trust her. And to me, that's what a villain is for sure.
Yeah, I feel that we didn't get too much like going into this, where this whole thing was going with Amanda Waller from Suicide Squad, because the whole DC universe just absolutely collapsed,
Well, they're picking back up with Peacemaker. If you haven't checked it out, Peacemaker is definitely worth your time. It is a great show. Cena is fantastic. And they allude to Waller's name. They drop her name quite a bit. I wouldn't be surprised to see her make a comeback or make an appearance in season 3 for sure.
Yeah. So, and that, not only that, James Gunn has picked it back up too. So
yeah, he's awesome. He's so good.
James Gunn.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, with that new Superman movie. Yeah.
Big fan.
But I really enjoyed my favorite Superman movie. Not to get off topic, I really liked Man of Steel.
Really? See, I'm not a Man of Steel guy.
I love Man of Steel. I was one of I love that movie.
Yeah, I wasn't a Snyderverse guy, man. I got to be honest with you. I never was.
Never was.
No.
Man.
I like the actors. I like a lot of the cast. It wasn't anything like that. It was just stories for me were kind of weak. I didn't much care for Superman becoming a murderer, which I'll reference later in this countdown. Yeah, that wasn't for me. But no, I appreciate it. I mean, it's shot, the way it's shot, the costuming and everything. It's got its pluses, you know what I mean? But yeah, it wouldn't.
Yeah. So you got I said Amanda Waller. I'm going to say my number 9 right now is Harvey Two-Face. It's a great villain.
Nice. Well done.
Number 9. So on my list right there. Harvey, I mean, I haven't read too much of the comics. I've been more of the movies. So I'm really caught up with Tommy Lee Jones' portrayal of Harvey Two-Face. And what was the guy's name that played him in Dark Knight?
Aaron Eckhart.
Yes. Yeah.
He's great.
He was fantastic though.
Yeah.
In Dark Knight. Yeah, that was such a great portrayal of Harvey Two-Face. Two-Face coming in number 9 on my list right now.
There you go. It's a good selection.
Yeah.
I want to follow your lead with a Batman villain. Number 8, I got Scarecrow.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think Scarecrow's a good choice because he uses fear. No, put it this way: Batman uses fear to fight crime, and Scarecrow uses it against him. And I just think it's a great dichotomy of two characters. Two characters could not be more different to a large degree, because Batman preys off what the original story. I have to make them afraid. I have to choose a symbol that they'll fear. And that's why he chose a bat. And then he runs into a villain that uses his own fears against him, which I think is fantastic. Jonathan Crane, of course, a master of fear toxins. And, the fact is he's so effective because everybody's scared. I always thought a great crossover between Marvel and DC would be the Scarecrow and Daredevil, because Daredevil would have nothing. He's a man without fear, right? So I'm sure they could take that an interesting place if it hasn't been done somewhere already. But I think Scarecrow's a pretty great villain.
How close do you think we are to get a DC versus Marvel crossover?
I mean, we've got it here and there in the comics. I mean, we've got it recently, as a matter of fact. I mean, it happens sporadically. If you're asking me about the big screen, you never say never. As wrestling fans, we know to never say never. But at the same time, I mean, we're talking about a lot of, IP, a lot of money, a lot of, one company doesn't want their guy to look bad and the other one doesn't. You know what I mean? It's back and forth. I think there's a way to do it, but that had to be disposable villains that they're off. That have to all be fighting aliens or something where you can just blow them up randomly and not fighting each other. And if they do, who's going to win? Who gets to say so, and who wins between Thor and Superman? Somebody would have to win. So that might be a problem.
Yeah, because there's too many egos in Warner Bros. And Disney. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course. And, you don't want your characters to look bad. You got to protect your IP for sure. I understand to a great extent. As a fan, I would love to see something, though. That'd be very cool. I mean, talking about Peacemaker, Ryan Reynolds was this close to being Deadpool in season 2 of Peacemaker, but they couldn't get it. They couldn't get it worked out.
Really?
This close. Yeah.
Oh man, how great would that have been?
Well, it just would have been a snapshot, because John is jumping between the multiverse or the characters are, and then one of the doors they open, it was going to be Ryan in full costume, maybe just reading, and then he looks and sees them, and they were going to close the door, but they couldn't get it worked out.
I mean, I just talked about like Doomsday being like, all right, no Marvel talk. That's it. That's my next topic. I broke my own rule right there.
I did it too.
Yeah. So Scarecrow being your number 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to change up the villains a little bit. I'm going to go, my number 8 is the Witch.
Witch. Interesting.
Yeah.
Enchantress? Is that who you're talking
Enchantress,
about?
yes.
There you go. Yeah, interesting.
She was so great how she could manipulate different types of people. So I thought that was cool. And in the Suicide Squad movies, you know?
Mm-hmm. She almost made my list. I was close. She might be number 11 for me.
She's really powerful. You know that? So, so number 8 on my list of DC villains. And I mean, was I the only one that really enjoyed Suicide Squad? Or
depends on which version. About the first one or the second one?
I like both of them. I
preferred the second one over the first one, if I'm being honest. First one was fine, but I preferred the second.
But did it really need to get the hate that people? You know what I mean?
You talking about the first one?
Yeah.
I didn't hate the first one. I mean, I would rather it exist than not exist as a comic book fan.
I think it was Jared Leto. The people that really hated Jared Leto. You know?
Sure. Yeah.
You know, but I didn't think it was that bad.
No, I mean, it started to feel like a Will Smith vehicle, which I think kind of became problematic. Like, these movies are not supposed to be about the stars. They were once upon a time when Nicholson was the Joker, but we've evolved to the point now where the roles are the most important thing. Yes, you see the actors without the mask, but who cares? Because the character is the most important thing. So
yeah, exactly. So, for example, you're not going to go and say like have a top star as Robin and say, "Well, I'm the star over Batman." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there you go, break my own rules again.
Yeah. Well, at least you're still on point.
I'm still on point, but that's the point I'm trying to make is that that the leads try to take over is what they try to do. The lead actors try to take over the supporting role.
It can happen, and I mean, also depends on how they're billed. I mean, we know that Nicholson was billed over Keaton for the first Batman, and he had a monster payday, and he got a cut of the royalties from the movie, and he made out like a bandit. Without him, it's not the same movie. No one else could have been the Joker, possibly Robin Williams. He really, really wanted it, but they went with Nicholson, and now you can't imagine that movie without him.
He got screwed like 2 or 3 times already.
Yeah, about Williams.
Yeah. He was supposed to play the Joker in 2 or 3. I think they even penciled him in to play the Riddler at one point.
Yeah, I think he wanted that too. It just, it just wasn't meant to be. Another world, maybe another universe. Who knows?
Yeah. AI,
right?
An AI universe right now where we can recast our own heroes as maybe that's another Geeks Top 10. There you go.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Recast the movies. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Number 8 on my list is The Witch. So, Tom, who do you got for number 7?
Number 7, I'm back to Batman's Rogues Gallery with Poison Ivy. I think she's a terrifying villain because she's right about the planet. She's not wrong, but she's wrong about humanity. She's right to say that we're killing the Earth. She ain't wrong about that. But at the same time, to classify every human in the same group as we're all doing it intentionally or that we don't care, that's absolutely not true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Poison Ivy, I believe, almost made my list. So, yeah, but I had to change it a couple of times. I'm like, I really want to put Poison Ivy on. Yeah, I didn't want to put Poison Ivy. I think I put somebody else on the list, So
it's tough because she's not considered like an A-level villain or anything. She's kind of, I don't want to say she's below C or D level, but maybe C level possibly. But I think she's dangerous enough. To me, I kind of ranged all this based on in terms of who I believe is the most dangerous and why and what makes them a good villain. I think she's great because when it comes to humanity, she has no feelings. If you screw with nature, you're an enemy of hers and she'll take you out.
Yeah, actually, speaking of someone who did make my list, though, it's Cheetah. You mentioned her earlier. So I think, like I said, Wonder Woman 84, I mentioned before, such a trash movie.
Yeah.
But Kristen Wiig really stepped up a notch with Cheetah in those last few minutes. Too bad she wasn't in it for a little bit longer, but that's pretty much what made the movie was that fight with Cheetah and Wonder Woman.
Is she your number 7?
Number 7 is Cheetah on my list.
Oh, there you go. Cool.
Yeah, so number 7 is Cheetah on my list right now.
Yeah, she's a good villain, man, for sure. Can't go wrong with that. I mean, when you get to the top 10, you really can't go wrong no matter where they're positioned because it's your own personal taste. And if you start doing top 20s, top 30s, that's when it gets murky. You know what I mean? So
yeah, you got to start. Then you really got to start thinking right there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So who do you got, Tom? Who we got right now?
So number 6, I have Brainiac.
Brainiac. Okay.
So I'm on to Superman's villains. And he doesn't destroy civilizations, which I think is the most terrifying about him. He just archives them. He just collects them. And I think that is also, because he's also robotic and android, he is no human, no emotion, no empathy at all, And to me, that can be terrifying. I mean, hyper intelligent, alien android, obsessed with collecting knowledge. It's the only thing he cares about. He'll collect civilizations. He may destroy them first. They only collect what's left. That, to me, is a terrifying villain, because you can't reason there's no reasoning with him. It can't be done.
Yeah. So number 6 on my list right now. Who do I got? I got actually another Superman villain. I got General Zod.
Ooh, good pull.
General Zod. I love the guy from Boardwalk Empire. Thought he was so great in the movie, the Superman, Man of Steel, and Michael Shannon.
Yeah.
Such a great. He was so great in that movie, and that's why he's going to make my list, man. He was a tough villain in Man of Steel.
He was. Yeah, you're right. I liked him. I like him quite a bit. I mean, if we're going to talk about Zod, for me, it's got to be the original. It's got to be the first, the original Superman incarnation of Christopher Reeve, because, Terrence Stamp, we lost him recently, I think this past year. He was General Zod. To me, that's the General Zod I grew up with, so that's my guy.
Yeah, General Zod is my number 6 on my list right there.
That's a good one.
All right, we're now speaking of the top 5. Let's go. We're Tom. Top 5.
All right, top 5. I've got Darkseid. I think Darkseid's important because he doesn't conquer worlds; he conquers free will. Huge difference. And I kind of always have believed he's sort of their version of Thanos, but I do think he's a lot. I can't say he's a lot more dangerous. We've seen Thanos do some terrible things. But, he already rules his own kingdom. He rules Apocalypse. Plus he's created by Jack Kirby, which got to give the king a shout out. Can't do a top 10 anything for DC without giving the king a shout out. Well, maybe Marvel more so, but he did create Darkseid, which I think is important. The anti-life equation, a formula that removes free will from all beings. Anybody that advocates for that is obviously a villain. I think he's a good placement. To me, it's a strong number 5.
Yes. Speaking, I'm on the Superman kick right now. So my number 5, it's got to be, he's another top villain right there. I'm going to go with Lex Luthor.
A good one. Can't argue.
Lex Luthor right there is my number 5, man. He gave Superman a run for his money. I believe was it Superman 3, I believe, where he put the kryptonite in the pool.
I think so. You're talking about the original Superman
with Christopher Reeve. Christopher Reeve, yeah.
Yeah, that was, I think so. Maybe it was the first one where that happened, where he put the necklace around his neck and threw him in the pool of water.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that was
tried to drown him. Yeah.
Yeah. Great choice, man. Hard to argue with Lex.
Yeah, Lex Luthor. But there's been some other carnations that haven't been great, but the most recent one was actually really, really good. Yeah,
I agree.
The guy from
and he also plays the Beast in the X-Men films, or he did.
Yeah.
And now I'm blanking on his name.
I'm terrible with names, so just, you know what I mean? And it's no disrespect to the actor at all. It's just that I just forget names sometimes, in general.
That would be Nicholas Hoult.
Nicholas Hoult, yeah, he was great in Nosferatu.
Yeah, he was. I mean, to me, Gene Hackman, I've got a soft spot for Gene Hackman.
Oh, definitely Gene Hackman, yeah.
Michael Rosenbaum on Smallville was fantastic too. Can't forget that guy. Fantastic.
And there was one bad one, Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, that was Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg, he wasn't that good as Lex.
Good actor, but miscast, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was the worst Lex, but yeah, Nicholas Hoult is bringing it back right there.
Yeah, I agree. He's fantastic. Yeah, he's so good.
Yeah, so hopefully we get a couple more with him and Superman. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so. Great movie, man. Superman, great movie.
And so that's number 5 on my list is Lex Luthor. So
speaking of Superman, he's my number 4, and this is the Injustice version of Superman. This Superman's lost everything. Lois has been killed. He goes nuts on the earth. It's time we took over. It's time we were in charge. We got all this power. It's it's a version of Superman. If he decides democracy doesn't work anymore, who's going to stop him? Who's going to tell him you can't do this? Nobody's going to tell him. And to me, that's like, if I physically lived in the real DC universe, the person I'd be the most scared of is absolutely Superman. Absolutely. I can't say that I wouldn't agree with Lex to some degree, which I'll get into later, because I'd be looking at this guy thinking, yeah, he's great and everything, but if he ever turns on us, we're toast. Like, he'll take us out, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. To me, the Injustice Superman is highly dangerous.
So is Brightburn a part of the DC?
Brightburn? I don't think so, but don't quote me on that. I don't think it's canon for DC. I don't believe.
Because that's like the evil Superman right there.
Yeah, it is. And they toyed with that. They've done Red Sun. in Superman. So they toyed with if the rocket landed in Russia, and then we've got Bizarro still around, and we've had glimpses of Superman as a heel. But to me, the reason you can never do that, I debated somebody on this recently, why you can never just flat out do this for real. Can't. I mean, Superman has got to be good guy. He's got to be. Like, Batman can dance the edge and all that crap, but Superman's got to be true blue. That's why when he kills Zod in the movie, I'm like, I'm tapping out. I'm done. My Superman's not a murderer, neither is my Batman. That can't be. Do you know what I mean? That's me, though.
Yeah, but then again, Batman's dark. He's more of a vigilante. He's not really a hero. You know what I mean? He's fighting for justice is what he's fighting for.
Yeah, but he can't commit murder because the minute he does, that puts someone else in the position he was in as a child. He'll never do that. He should never do that.
No.
Yeah.
But so that was my number five right there. Was who do you got? Oh yeah, you already said it. And my number 4 on my list right now, and I'm not quoting in the the Batman and Robin movies. I'm not quoting those, but man, he's a friggin' tough son of a bitch. This guy. I'm talking about Bane.
Oh,
I wouldn't want to fight him in a wrestling match at all, man.
No.
Bane.
Yeah. He's high on your list, man. He's very high on your list.
Yeah, he's number 4. Yeah, he broke Batman's back. You know that?
That's fair.
He broke Batman's back, and he tried to crush Batman's spirit as well.
Yeah, and plus in the comics, he put Azrael in the Batman costume, which was a terrible idea. So yeah, he did a lot of bad in every incarnation. The only incarnation was that terrible Batman and Robin film.
They made him green.
Yeah, right? Terrible. He's a character that you can get really wrong really easy because of the Venom. That's how you can screw it up, which is what they did. They completely screwed him up.
Burn.
What did you think of the incarnation from the Christopher Nolan trilogy?
Loved it. That's going to be high on my list right there.
Yeah, that voice I couldn't get past. I tried. He's a great actor.
What? Oh, for Bane?
Yeah.
Yeah? I thought we were talking about Batman and Robin. Burn.
Oh, no, that's terrible.
I
can't ever reference that guy. Don't even know who the guy was.
I heard he was a wrestler, actually.
Yeah, the character for sure. But like Tom Hardy that played him in the Batman film.
I didn't mind Tom Hardy. I thought Tom Hardy's he's fantastic as Venom too.
Agree, disagree. I like him a lot. I'm just not a fan of those movies. The Sony version of Spider-Man is not for me, brother.
Yeah. So but there was a joke that running around. I know I promised I wouldn't talk about Marvel, but
it's fine. It's your show. Do it.
But there was a joke running around saying that that Sony sold K-pop Demon Hunters to Netflix, and now they're only left with Spider-Man.
Yeah, I should say, I think I said earlier that I didn't like their version of Spider-Man. I love their version of Spider-Man. I do not like their version of the Spider-Man universe. I think they mishandled it from day one. None of the movies have been good, in my opinion. They're trying to make a buck, brother. They own the rights to put those characters in movies. They're trying to make some money.
They have to too, because if they don't, they lose the rights to Disney.
That's it.
So they have to put something out. I think it's every 5 years or.
I'm longing for the day they forget to make a movie so DC can get the rights back. Because good God, I'm sorry, so Marvel can get the rights back. Excuse me.
And it's like they're just waiting right there because I think they have to put out a movie every 5 years or something like that. But yeah. Anyway, Bird is my number 4 on my list right there.
There you go.
Yeah.
My number 3 is Lex Luthor. I've got him higher, but I've definitely got him here. He isn't just fighting Superman. He's fighting the idea that humanity isn't the top of the food chain. He's disgusted by that. He wants to be the top of the food chain, and Superman challenges that for him. I think he doesn't like that Superman is so good. He hates it, and it gets to his ego. It gets to his sensibility of what it means to be a human, but also to have power. Like, he hides everything behind, I care about the human race. No, you don't, dude. You care about yourself. You care about your money. It's about greed. It's about power. I mean, again, parallels we could draw to today's world, but he is himself nominated president or elected president in the books. Then everything goes downhill from there, because of course it does, because, billionaires shouldn't be in power, kids. Sorry. But, again, he hides everything. Brilliant in the comics. I always like the idea of him being a brilliant scientist, but they do, in my opinion, depending on what version it is, they go so far into the money and the corporate greed. I'm like, let's not forget this guy is a freaking genius as well.
Yeah. So, yeah. No, my number 3 on my list right now, it's got to be Scarecrow. Scarecrow is my number 3 on my list because it's death or exile.
Ah, nice. What do you like the most about the character?
What I like the most about character? I don't know. I like the fact that he has like a mask and he can make people see things. I just love that gimmick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very like he has this illusion where he can make people see things. And the Chris Nolan movies, it transitioned pretty well though. Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. He's so good.
Yeah. What's the actor's name, man? Actor was great in Peaky Blinders.
Making me do homework. I can't remember his name either.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy. So good though. Yeah.
So awesome.
Yeah.
Talk about a guy. I mean, he would have been Batman. There's screen tests of him as Bruce Wayne. He was going to be cast as Batman, and they just felt like it wasn't working.
Anything that guy does is great.
I think he would have made a great Batman, but Christian Bale was awesome. I'm a big fan of Christian Bale as Batman. So.
He was great in 28 Days Later. That was the movie that started his career right there.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was it's
that movie, and so just the man who plays him right there, Cillian Murphy, and he was great in Red Eye. He was such a great. If you remember that movie, he was very creepy in Red Eye.
Yeah, he's a classic character, man, for sure. Classic, and he's such a good actor. Such a good actor.
And then he finally got what he deserved and winning the award in Oppenheimer.
Mm-hmm. Long time coming.
Long time coming. So yeah, that's my number 3 on my list is Scarecrow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Number 2 for me is the Joker. Hard to rank him above the guy with more money than God, but I think the Joker works because every version of the Joker, with maybe the exception of the Batman series in the 60s, he's dangerous because he doesn't want anything. I mean, you can't, how do you beat a villain that doesn't want anything? There's no goal. He has no goal. He doesn't care about money. He doesn't care about kidnapping. He doesn't care about freedom. He doesn't care about women. He doesn't care about drugs. He doesn't care about any of that. He just does things to be doing them, and he just wants to watch the world burn. And that to me makes him one of the most dangerous individuals of all time.
Yeah. So my number 2 on my list right now, I got the Penguin.
Wow, he's very high up for you, man.
Yeah,
wow.
Penguin. Yeah. I don't know. I must have been when I was a kid. Thought the Tim Burton version of the Penguin was a great version until I saw the most recent version. Man, the most recent version that just came out with the Batman.
Yeah.
And then the Penguin series just launched it right there for me.
Colin Farrell. Yeah.
Colin Farrell's so good. Yeah.
Man, that's interesting. He's so high for you. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
The Penguin. Yeah. And they made him look like a classy mobster, in the Batman movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of that they pulled from the books because the books began to take a different design with him, where it was no longer the pointy nose and the monocle and all that weird top hat stuff. And they started moving him more into the modern era. So they say, hey, he just be a gangster. He could be a mob leader. Yeah. And that's what it became. I thought it was brilliant on their part to integrate that into the films for sure. And the show.
Definitely. So who's your number 2, Tom?
Well, that was my number 2. Joker was my number 2.
No, Joker was your number 2.
Yeah,
I said Penguin. So
yeah. Drum roll, please. My number 1.
I actually have a drum roll. Actually,
do you really?
I swear.
Don't go to any trouble.
No, I have it. I have it. Let me get to the drum roll. Hold on, Tom.
I'm making him do some work, kids.
Drum roll, please.
Don't make me do this by hand. I charge a flat rate for that.
It works. It was working. I guess my drum roll.
It's all good. My number 1 villain in the DC universe is Ozymandias from the Watchmen. I don't think it gets any bigger. I mean, he breathes rarefied air for DC villains because his plan actually worked. Nobody stopped him. In fact, he was 35 minutes ahead of the Watchmen before they even figured out what he was doing. And it's like, and that part of the book is still such a classic moment to me. Alan Moore is one of the best writers of all time. I mean, Adrian Veidt is a great villain because, again, he believes humanity can only survive if forced into unity through a manufactured threat. And he's already decided. He's so hyper intelligent. You can't reason. Again, you can't reason. Can't talk him out of it. It's already done. To me, that is top left. That is God tier villain right there, is Ozymandias.
Yeah, man. All right. So let's see if the drum roll works for me now. Oh, there we go.
You rigged it. See, it's his show, everybody. Hit me.
You're right there. So my number 1 right now on my list is actually the Joker, the greatest DC villain ever to spawn so many different movies. I don't think, even Jared Leto's Joker wasn't terrible, but, he's still Joker. So, but like I said, Nicholson, Heath Ledger, all great legendary Jokers. Mark Hamill right there. I was just about to say, all great Jokers. And we're forgetting Joaquin Phoenix was another great one right there.
Yeah, it's different. You can't go wrong. It's a great number 1. I mean, I was close, but again, my head was going on Scale of Destruction. I was like, Joker's got to be number 2, but it's still a solid pull. He's a great villain, dude. Great.
Joker's got to be my number 1 on my list right there. So,
there you go.
Man, this was a fun podcast, Tom. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me, brother. I appreciate you.
All right. So what do you got coming up? I know I know. What do you got coming up?
So, Boink Studios, like I said before, kids, you can find us on YouTube. You can find us on boinkstudios.com. Mondays, we have Ray Sports and Slams live at 6 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube. Tuesdays is Tom Clark's 6M podcast. That is music, movies, Marvel magazines, miniseries, and more. Wednesdays is Bear Mode, a podcast review of The Bear. Fridays is Tom Clark's Main Event, all pro wrestling podcast. Saturdays is Bachman's Basement. It's a Stephen King book review podcast. And also coming back to the channel soon, we're going to revamp the Patton Report, which was coming on every Thursday. That's being reworked behind the scenes. But yeah, man, 6 shows a week, and I never sleep, but it's all worth it. So that's us.
Yeah, it looks like you don't sleep, Tom. You keep working, man.
All the time, brother.
Just like me.
Gotta hustle, right?
I'm always working right now, so I appreciate you, Tom, coming on the podcast. Where we can find you on social media, or
just find Boink Studios. You can find me at Tom Clark Pods, PODS, whatever channels I'm on. That's where you can find me. I don't do Twitter anymore. Way too much garbage over there. You can find me on Blue Sky, and I'm on the Facebook. Yeah, you can find me. So I appreciate you.
Yeah, we end our podcast. We put the rock sign up, and we will see you guys in the next one.